Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. After having gone through 3 chapters of Sanat Sujatiya, in the concluding 4th chapter, the truth is revealed as experienced by the wise people. This is an attempt to tell that which is beyond the scope of words. Therefore, these are only words. The meaning of those words must dawn in our understanding. When the meaning doesn't reveal anything to us, then it is only a noise. Therefore, this chapter gives us various statements, and from that we have to apply it and recognize, is this so? Otherwise, it becomes only erudition and scholarship. So, Apaha atha adhya salilam tasya madde ubho devo shishriya antarikshe adadhrichi savishuchi asan ubho vivarti prithivim divam cha yoginaha tam prapashyanti bhagvantam sanat. Now these are all technical terms. And when you take these technical terms and try to understand in the apparent meaning, not the implied meaning, we get lost only in confusion rather than conviction. And therefore it is said, Tad Vijnanatham Gurumeva Vigachet Samit Panihi Shrotriyam Brahmanishta. Scripture should not be studied according to our own whims and fancy, but they are to be studied with proper understanding. Now, here the creation is indicated in this world. See? First of all, the Apa. Apa means the 5 great elements were created. Now, before creating anything, there has to be a seed. Without the seed, nothing can be created. So what are the seeds? Seeds are the 5 tanmatras. Tanmatra, matra means only, nothing else. Only milk. No water is added. Many times when they say pure milk, what does it mean? Milk is always pure. No. We have added milk in the water. So, first tanmatras are created. Matra means only. What are those? The 5 of these. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Sound, touch, then form, then taste and the smell. These are the only 5 objects in the whole world. So you will not see them separately. Shabda, Sparsha, no. In every object, you will get all of them mixed up. Take for example a flower. That flower has sound. If you move it, if you get some sound. Then sparsha, it will be soft or hard. Then rupa, it will have a shape, form, color. Then rasa, it will have some taste, and gandha, some smell. So each object is having 5 essentials. These are called the tanmatras. Now these tanmatras belong to the 5 great elements. So tanmatras are unmanifest, 5 great elements are manifest. Then apo. So this is at the causal level. So causal level, It is not at the level of the effect. Now what is the effect? Effect is the same tanmatras create the individual body, and in this individual body also there are again two aspects. One is the gross aspect, second is subtle aspect. Subtle aspect is at the tanmatra level, eyes, sense organs, etc., and hands, etc., gross level. In this manner, this whole world is nothing but cause, effect, cause, effect. Cause is always subtler and more pervasive. Effects are gross and less pervasive. And all of them are supported by Yoginaha tam prapashanti Bhagavantam Sanatanam. The great yogis, jnana yogis are able to recognize that the whole world is supported by this reality which is our essential nature. See. So, external objects, air. Internal object, prana. Both of them are necessary for survival. Similarly, external object, taste. Internal object, tongue. Both are required. Therefore, from the totality point of view, cause and effect. This is supported by the same reality. Therefore, we have to transcend the impact of cause and effect in our life. And for that, a simple rule is, don't get lost into unwanted inquiries. Who created the world? Why the world was created? How it is possible? Remember one thing, on the spiritual path, we don't have to prove anything to anybody in this world. Suppose somebody says, I don't believe in Gita, don't believe. I don't believe in Upanishad, don't believe. I don't believe in God, God doesn't need you. How important it is. And therefore, to go beyond the cause and effect, we begin with two principles, Shraddha and patience. Shraddha is recognition of the unknown with the inner strength of conviction is Shraddha. In the field of ignorance, the inner strength is Shraddha. We do not know when we come from the home whether we are going to reach or in between there will be accident. We don't know. But we continue. On what basis it will be okay. So Shraddha is not a weakness. So although we may not understand at this stage how there can be God in the stone. Okay, no God, don't worry. But why you do so? What I should do? You have to tell me or I should do myself? See? Many of the seekers, they get lost in this. We want to prove something to somebody. Don't do that. Then alone, we will be focusing attention on our being. There are many things where we get caught up. We want to prove something. Second thing is, we want to show off. Third thing, we want to emphasize something. No, relax. Just be. Tam prapashanti bhagavantam. To that divinity the wise people see. Na drishyate tushtati rupamasya na chakshusha kashchidenam manishayato manasa hudacha ja enam viduhu amrutate bhavanti yoginaha tam prapashanti bhagavantam sanatanam. No? Na sadrishe drishyati rupamasya. None of our sense organs can comprehend the reality. See? So, we have to rise above the slavery of our sense organs. How do we do that? What the sense organs give us? The sense objects. Of all the sense objects, the most potent are the name and the form. See? They are obvious, clear. And what is our life? When we see the forms or when we hear the sounds or the names, immediately reactions begin. So the world enters our mind and reaction, experiencer is born and the samsara begins. So should we close the eyes? No need. If you close the eyes, you will fall down. Eyes are meant for seeing, see the things. See? You know, in the story of Shirdi Sai Baba, one event comes. There was one old man who was serving him, this great teacher. And one day it so happened, some ladies came to take darshan of him. And there was one young girl with a burqa. So when she came to do namaskar, so she lifted her curtain and did namaskar. Now this old man looked at that girl, very beautiful, and immediately he closed his eyes and wanted to go away. So this great teacher smiled. Where are you going? No, nothing. No, stand here, don't go in. And again the eyes are looking, and again, and suffocating inside. Because she was so beautiful. Then he was given instruction. Look here. See? The sense organs are doing their job. It is neither sin nor merit. The mind is having its disturbance. It is neither sin nor merit. The question is, do you get influenced by that? See how important. So don't have that notion and suffer silently. Face the world courageously. See the things, but no desire should overpower us. Therefore, for that, this is the technique given. Dekho, suno mat bolo. See here, no comments. They na chakshusha pashchit kachidenam, and therefore nobody can ever see his own essential nature. Manishaya atha manasa hrudacha. Then how this truth is revealed? Only by proper understanding. And what is the proper understanding? Object is received by the sense organs. Sense organs are supported by the mind. Mind is an expression of the principle of life, Chetana. Chetana is manifestation of consciousness. Where is the problem? Problem is where we are seated. See? Therefore, this is one of the most simple and straight spiritual practice. Don't close your eyes, don't go anywhere, wherever you are, recognize this. That are we reacting to anything in this world? No reaction. So, seeing is happening, but seer is not born. How do we know the seer is born? When seeing is followed by a comment, a seer is born. How a hearer is born? When hearing is followed by a comment. Like you must have seen those who are these classical music victims, when they listen to that, something they appreciate very much and they are so deeply involved in that and they make comments. Kya baat hai? Kuch nahi. That is reaction. Because the listener was born. Therefore, this is one of the most potent practice. Dekho, suno, mat bolo. No comments, no evaluation, no suggestion. So, ya enam vidu amrutate bhavanti, and this is all happening at the level of the mind. So, when we react, immediately turmoil begins. When we don't react, things are seen, but nothing is disturbing. To recognize through some example, let our mind be like a mirror. What is a mirror? Mirror does not have past. Therefore, mirror does not have personality. Therefore, mirror is neither holy or unholy. If the mirror is in front of Bhagavan, he doesn't become holy. If it is in front of a cinema actor, doesn't become unholy. Thus, we live in this world. Shatro mitre putre bandhav ma kuru yatnam vigraha sandhav. Do not create impressions on the mind when we are interacting with the world. How to do that? As you are listening to satsanga. When we listen to satsanga, don't try to understand anything. If you will understand, you will like to teach others. You know Brahman? So simple, yeah. And then we make a concept. How will you explain the space? Space is space. Explain. See, space is, that which is supporting the earth, the waters, the fire, the air, but not getting influenced by any one of them. But what is the space you are not talking? You are talking about the contents of the space. See? How we will talk about a vision? Oh, vision is that which illuminates all the colors and forms. But what is the vision? Vision is that, no, we don't want that. So we are always caught up in this explanation. Therefore, if we want to know what is the space, two things. No form should disturb our mind, and no sound should create turmoil in our mind. Then the mind will dissolve, because the experience of the space happens in the mind. And the space has got its two attributes, name and form. When name and forms are seen, experienced, by what they are seen? By our sense organs. When they are seen, where they are seen? They are seen on the mind. And when they are seen on the mind, what the mind does? Comments. So if we stop commenting, dekho suno mat bolo, then words are not born, good or bad. Therefore, nobody is there to talk or to explain, and therefore, this mind is in a process of dissolving in the Chetana. Up to here is our spiritual practice. This is what I said. Yoginaha tam prapashyanti bhagavantam sanatanam. As we go closer to our being, differences become redundant. They are no more variable. Dvadasha puga sarito devarakshata madvishyate tad anu vidhayit tada sancharati ghoram yoginastam prapashyanti bhagavantam sanatanam. There are 5 things, a group of 5. See? Dvadasha Puga. Puga means a group. Dvadasha means 12. These are the 12 things, a group of 12. Saritaha, Deva Rakshita. So they are, Deva Rakshita, they are the source of knowledge. Then Saritaha, they are flowing. Where they are flowing? Outside. So which are those 12 of them? 12 of them is 5 Jnanendriyas, 5 Karmendriyas, 12, 1 mind, 13, and rather 5 plus 5, 10, 1 mind, 11, and intellect, 12. The group of these 12, they are functioning, and then Sarita, they are constantly flowing. Deva Rakshita, they are protected. And what do they do? Madhvishate, Madhu Ishate. They go on coming in contact with the worldly objects and start enjoying or suffering when they come in contact with the worldly objects. So through the sense organs, we come in contact with the Shabda, Sparcha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, we like, we dislike, we suffer. Then through the mind we come across joy and sorrows, we suffer or enjoy. Through the intellect we will be becoming enjoyer or sufferer, and through the five karmendriyas we will be all the time doing something or the other. In this manner, these 12 principles, they make us extrovert. See, madhvishate, and then madhu is the object. So it goes on ishate, they go on eating. So all our experiences are collected through these 12 faculties, and we are constantly living on that, and then our body becomes strong. How? We keep on gathering them in the form of memory. I was here, I was there, I had done this thing, I had done that. So many things, and he becomes fat. So, tad anubhidhaya tatta sancharati kuram, and therefore their whole life is spent only in this world. See, now see the whole picture. Worldly objects interact with the sense organs. For that, work through the organs of action. Collect impressions on the mind, good or bad. Carry those on your intellect and become somebody and suffer throughout life. He who understands this, such great teachers, they have understood this whole principle. Therefore, these simple things, we have to be very much in this world, but while moving in this world, we have to consciously observe that we are not allowing any impressions to be formed on our mind. How simple it is, not difficult. And this is exactly what happens. When you try to understand what is being told, you are trying to make an impression, a concept. Truth is not a concept. Therefore, the best thing he told in Kenopanishad, Yadi manne se suvedeti dharameva nunam tvam vetta brahmano rupam. If you say that you have understood, then you have gone the wrong way. We told you that your sense organs of action, mind doesn't operate. This is the truth. So what a student should do, in fact, keep quiet. But then I want to show, oh, thank you, sir, I understood very well. Give one. When you take the material science, and if the student says, I have understood very well, then the teacher is happy, very good. I expected that you are a very intelligent student. But when it comes on the spiritual path, the moment you say you understood, you have made a concept. You are intelligent, you are poor, you are rich, you are educated, you are uneducated, you are Tamilian, you are Indian. These are concepts. You are is not a concept. See, friends, this reality which supports all the concepts but does not become a concept. See, this is the reality what the wise people experience. Therefore, wise people neither love anybody nor hate anybody. Like the vision doesn't love the red color and doesn't hate the yellow color. This principle keep in mind. The illuminator does not get influenced by what is illumined. Simple. Joy and sorrows, they are known by me, yes. So okay, joy, sorrows. If we get influenced, then we are born joyful persons or sorrowful persons. Therefore, experience without experiencer And for that, we take the objects such as something absent. See? When we walk and there is a pretty sunlight and our shadow also walks with us, do we ever bother about the shadow? When the shadow falls in the gutter, do we try to protect it? When a truck runs over it, do we feel bad about it? So, the experience is there, it is a shadow. But we have not taken it as real. Although it is my shadow, yet it is not me. Exactly the same way. Mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, these are our shadows. And these shadows we take to be real. See? And therefore we suffer. Tadarthamasam pipati sanchitam brahmaro madhu ishanas sarva bhuteshu havir bhutam akalpayat yoginastam prapashyanti bhagavantam sanatanam. It is said that these Brahmara, I don't know what they call in English, they go on collecting the madhu, the pollen grains from the various flowers for 6 months, and they store it, and then the next 6 months, that is what they consume. Exactly the same way. In the last life, we have done good and bad, and in the next life, we suffer or enjoy. So, Ardhamasam, half the year we keep on doing, and half the year we enjoy or suffer. So, Sanchitam Brahmaro Madhu, Ishanaha Sarva Bhuteshu, Havir Bhutam Akalpayam. And all the karma phala that we get is not created by somebody, but by us. Then what is to be done? There are two options. Go through the good and bad experiences and blame others and try to improve others. An impossible undertaking. All that happens in our life, we are 100% responsible. Then we have started our spiritual journey in the right spirit. This is one of the most important things. Normally what happens, we are all expert in blaming others for all the problems of our life. If I am a husband, the cause of my misery is wife. If I am the wife, the cause of my misery is husband. If I am a brother, the cause of my misery is brother. In short, when we start blaming others, we will be focusing attention on others. They should be improved, and this will never happen. Therefore, this is one way. Whatever is happening in our life, we are squarely responsible. Then what will happen? We learn from our experiences, that's it. Real spiritual practice is learning from our own experiences. Complaining is not spiritual practice. See, when you are chanting the Lord's name, this is common problem we hear from people. See? Swamiji, whenever I sit for doing japa, the mind runs here and there. What should be done? Don't do japa. Oh, no, but my guru told me that I had to do japa for 20 malas. Then do it. But the mind runs here and there, then don't do it. Do you want any jadoo? Any magic to happen? Don't ask anything to anybody. Find out yourself. One day you will discover. See? Who is the scientist who discovers? Discovers means it is already there. It is not created. In the same manner, you have to discover. Then one day, by God's grace, you discover before any disturbance, somebody is born. And that body is having the disturbance. So this experiment we have done, when you become husband or wife, the mind cannot keep quiet. The mind will think about wife or husband. When you become mother or child, the mind cannot become quiet to think about child or mother. And when you remain as nobody, no thoughts. So when you are doing japa, that time take this position. For half an hour, I am nobody. It is for this purpose. Our scriptures say, your spiritual practice should be over early morning, Brahma Muhurta. Why? In the whole night when we were sleeping, in that deep sleep, who were we? Nobody. Now before we become anybody, complete your japa, sadhana, whatever you have to do, before you become anybody. So it is only extension of the deep sleep without going to sleep. Ya nisha sarva bhutanam tasyam jagarti sayami. See? So, during the deep sleep, we are so fresh, cheerful, happy, no disturbance because we are nobody. Now we get up and suddenly start doing, oh, I have to do this, my daughter has to go here, my son has to do this, and then you sit for meditation as a mother. And what is the meditation or your japa? Krishna, Krishna. But my daughter is not still awake, I don't know what to do. These girls are so lazy. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Cartoon of spirituality. Therefore, don't blame others. Recognize that the disturbances come to somebody. And how the somebody is born? Somebody is born when we have given importance to anything or anybody. Give importance to cleanliness, you will be always disturbed. Give importance to punctuality, you will be always disturbed. Give importance to traffic, you will be always disturbed. See? So if we have given importance to something or somebody, it is our responsibility, then we devalue. Then how to live? Jo thari rahe, so mari rahe. O Lord, thy will be done. Don't struggle. Be alert. So, Ishanaha sarvabhuteshu havir bhutam akalpayat. Therefore, all the things that are happening in our life, for that first step, we are responsible. Second thing, don't curse yourself, but learn from your own experiences. And in that experience, we come to know that whatever was a great thing for us initially through our mind, that greatness of that thing slowly disappears. See, human mind cannot remain attracted, attached to the same thing throughout life. It cannot. This is manufacturer's defect. You can't do anything. And because we don't understand, then we start fighting and mistaking. See? Therefore, don't get carried away by the intellect, by the mind. This is the stages we told you. Objective world has to be kept outside. How? By closing the sense organs? No. By not commenting on any experience. Experiences are one, through the sense organs, second, through the mind. Both the experiences should not create an experiencer. When this is practiced, slowly, we are marching towards the source that we are. Yoginaha tam prapashyanti bhagavantam sanatanam. And the best part is, we do not create divinity through any action. When we remove the contents from the suitcase, are we creating space? space was already there. It was occupied by so many things. In the same manner, we are divine, but the divinity is occupied by so many things. Which are those things? Body identification, then possessions, relations, desires, anger, greed. These are the contents. Unless we remove that, divinity will not reveal itself. So yoginaha tam prapashyanti bhagavantam sanatanam. See, doubts come only if we are objective in pursuit. Like one girl married from the North India to a Gujarati. Now UP people means what? Jai Sri Ram. Gujarati is the Jai Sri Krishna. Two brands. One brand is Jai Sri Ram, second brand is Jai Sri Krishna. Now what happened? She asked me, Swamiji, I am having a problem. I said, never mind. You are still alive. Only dead bodies are no problem. Very good, continue. No, not like that. Then like what? I am from UP. I say it's not my fault. No. Then in our house, right from childhood, we are talking only Jai Sri Ram, Jai Sri Ram. Now I am married to a Gujarati. I am in a Gujarati. Here everything is Jai Sri Krishna, Jai Sri Krishna, Jai Sri Krishna. So I get confused. When I am standing before a Krishna and my mind says Jai Sri Ram, Jai Sri Ram, Jai Sri Ram, what will happen? To whom? To whom it will happen? To you or to him? Nothing will happen to you. He will get confused. मुझे बता कि किसको बोला? You relax. Don't get disturbed. Are we superior devotees than Mirabai? What Mirabai says, Payo ji maine Ram Ratan Dhan Payo. I got the wealth of the name of Bhagwan Ram. Payo ji maine Ram Ratan Dhan Payo. And she was a devotee of Bhagwan Krishna. See friends, recognize this. Whatever we are doing, the impact of that should be seen on our mind, not outside. See? Like in these ammas, when they prepare food and they see nobody is watching them. So first of all, they do the bhog naivedya to themselves. And then it is given to Bhagavan. That is why all our gods smile. Jhuta khila rahi. So, we are pleased with ourselves. In the same manner, when we are chanting the Lord's name, what is being pleased with ourselves? No doubt, no confusion, no question. That's it. So, Ishanaha sarvabhuteshu havirmut akalpayat yoginaha tam prapashyanti bhagavantam sanatanam. This reality which is supporting all the experiences, good or bad, but not becoming the experiencer, to this the yogis, the wise people are able to recognize etadvaitat, this is our essential nature. And you know why the wise people do not have the ego? Because what is wisdom? Wisdom is, earlier I was a fool, now I am not a fool. Can we be having the ego of our earlier foolishness? See friends, therefore recognize this. The spiritual practice is very simple. Hiranyagarbha paranam ashvatham avidya hi apakshaha tatrite pakshino bhutva prapatanti yatha sugam yoginaha tam prapashyanti bhagavantam sanatanam. Now, those who are without any wings, apakshakaha, jnana paksha rahitaha madhvachinaha. those who are not opting for something higher, but those who are all the time buried in the worldly indulgence, they, madhvashinaha, going through good and bad experiences, parivartante, they are again born and again dying, it continues. And how long? Hiranya, Parna, Ashwatham, Hitam, Ramaniyam cha. And then they are born in this world. So what is this world? World is Urdhvamu, Namadashakam, Ashwatham, Pravaravyam. And it is so beautiful, it is so nice, and this world is nice. What is there in sannyasa? What is there in knowledge? Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. In this manner, they are constantly buried in that. But then something happens, good or bad. And remember this, God's grace for the seeker of truth is we are effortlessly withdrawn, although dynamically involved in the world. You don't have to run away to go to the Himalayas and create an ashram there. Live a normal life, like anybody. But let nobody be born. See, about the past, many of us carry the burden of the past. The simple technique I tell you, try this. There was a criminal. He has committed many crimes. And he was hiding in his hideout in some forest area in a small house. The police came to know and they encircled his house. And announcement, Gabbar Singh, you are now surrounded by all the police. Don't try to be smart. Surrender yourself and we will do justice to you. Please surrender. We give you chance and sometime given. And thereafter, there is a big bang in that small house. And when it happened, these police entered that house, breaking the door, and they found that Gabbar Singh has shot him dead. Now, what will be written on the case file? Criminal deceased, file closed. Is it not? In today's world, in USA, you will see every week, they are standardized people in USA. Every week, there will be somebody go with a gun in the hand, kill few children and people or anywhere and shot himself dead. So what they will write on that person who shot everybody dead? Criminal disease, file closed. In the same manner, the one who is suffering, enjoying, I have done this thing, what will happen, tragedy, why all the problems come to me? Then, by this knowledge, criminal disease, naiva kinchit karomi, yukto manne tattvavid, pasyan, shrunvan, sprishan, jigran, ashlan, gakshan, swapan, swashan, pralapan. Whatever I am doing, it is happening. I has to be dissolved. How do we do that? Don't bring your past in the present. I was here, I don't know. When this I disappears, there is neither hell nor heaven. Hell and heaven is not a location. See, our scripture distinctly tell what is heaven. Heaven is an experience where the 6 problems are not there. The 6 problems are pertaining to our gross body, our prana and our mind. With the gross body, the problems are old age and death. With the prana, the problem are hunger and thirst. And with the mind, the problem is the confusion and chaos. Shokamo. See? So, Swarge loke na bhayam kinchana asti. Heaven is that experience where there is no fear of old age and death, hunger and thirst, and confusion and chaos. Therefore, loka means experience. Don't imagine like your Coimbatore is a place, heaven is a place. No. We can create heaven in our Coimbatore. You don't have to go. Okay. Therefore, slowly, when we start learning from our experiences, and only thing that can be done about our past, good or bad, select, shift, delete. Virtual reality is used, but it can be dropped anytime. Drop it. This is what many of us do, but we don't understand. Now those people who go through separation, what exactly happens? Who was miserable? Husband and wife. Then divorce. Means what happened? Husband and wife dropped. When they were dropped, what happened? Nothing happened. You can see this in USA and Western world. They introduce, she is my ex-wife and he is her present husband. No problem at all. See? Because they are not they are virtual realities. Similarly, the doer is a virtual reality. But we take him as serious and become arrogant or miserable. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita says, Urdhamoonamada Shakam Ashwattham Pravaravayam Chandamsi Yasya Varnani. So how this world is Ashwattham, constantly changing. And to this samsara vruksha, the tree of world, the leaves are scriptural pages. And therefore when we step on the spiritual path, we start studying the scriptures, we start attending the satsanga, we start changing our wrong notions without creating new notions. And thus we get freedom from notional existence and discover the actual existence that we are. We are all leading only notional existence. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita, if you really digest it, this is the only thing. Bhagavad Gita was dealing with the problem of notional existence. Arjuna had a notion that he is somebody in a wrong place. But Bhagavad did nothing. Only gave him data to make him understand at this place, at this moment, what you should be. You decide. See friends, by this practice, when we do it slowly, steadily, we will learn the art of remaining 100% wherever, whenever, whatever we are. That is the real spiritual practice. And therefore, Chandamsi Yasya Varnani. So here we have to be exposed to satsanga and slowly wrong notions are removed without creating the new notions. In this manner, Ye vai vidvan te pakshino te avidvan te apakshaha. So the wise people are those who have the wings of the wisdom and knowledge. Therefore, they live in this world, but they are untouched by anything. See? Many years before, I was in which place? Dehradun. I was pretty young that time. So, one reporter came to take my interview and she wanted to print an interview in the local newspaper. So she gave me a paper. Swamiji, you can prepare the answers, I'll come in the evening, take interview and it will be published tomorrow in your name in the magazine. I said, give me that time, because I'll leave it somewhere, I'll forget. No, you have to prepare. I said, are you prepared? You can reply. I said, yes. started asking questions, I started replying. Got sufficiently frustrated. Then, ultimately, now at this last question, tell me something meaningful. That means I was talking nonsense. Then she said, how do you want to leave your footprints in this world when you leave this world? I said, first of all, when I leave this world, you will not be there to see my footprints. You are going to die before me. So don't worry about my footprints. Frustrated. Then, second thing, do you know where the footprints happen? When you walk in mud, then the footprints happen. When the birds fly in the sky, do they leave footprints everywhere in the sky? See? But we want to leave footprints. Padma Shri, Swami Anubhavanandaji, footprint. See, friends, we want recognition in this world is a footprint. The space is not recognized, although we are all living in the space. There are prayers for sun. Bhurvo Swaha Tasyaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. There are prayers for the earth. Samudra Vasane Devi Parvatastana Mandale Vishnupatti Namastubhyam Padasparsham Kshamaswame. There are prayers for the air. See, Hanumanji, Pawana Sutta Hanuman Ki Jai. There are prayers for the fire. Agni Naya Supatharaya Asman Vishwan. There are prayers for the waters. Gangi Chayamune Chayo Godavari Saraswati. What is the prayer for the space? And can anything ever exist without space? Exactly the same way. When you come to your divine nature, we don't recognize, we don't require any recognition. Remember, spiritual practice is we don't have to prove anything to anybody in this world. कोई निंदो कोई वंदो कोई कैसे कहो रे राम सांगे प्रीत बांधी होत जैसे. Somebody will appreciate, somebody will condemn. Somebody will love you, somebody will hate you. This is what the world is. See, those who love you now, afterward they will not love you. Those who don't love you, afterward they will love you. This is how the world is. See? Therefore, instead of reacting to the world, learn from the world and grow wise. This is what is discovered by the Tam Jnatva Pratapanti Tam Yoginaha Eva Pashanti. Therefore, with this knowledge wings, they are flying in the kingdom of wisdom and they never fall down. Apanam girati pranaha, pranam girati chandrama, adityo girati chandram, adityam girate paraha, yoginaha tam prapashyanti, bhagavantam sanatanam. This is the process of withdrawal. Bhagavan talks about this in the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Apane yuvati pranam prana apane tatha pare. See? So apanam girati prana. First, the apana is giving up and prana is withdrawing. See? You know how a breathing starts? When a child is in the womb and when the child is delivered, that time the lungs of the child are solid. They don't have emptiness inside because they are all compressed. And when they come out, and if there is still life in that, then because the principle of life, now they have come out of that bag which was compressing the moment they come out, they expand. And along with that, the chest, thoracic cavity also expands. And because of that, the vacuum is created in those lungs which were solid earlier. And because of that vacuum, the air is sucked in. Therefore, prana is withdrawing inside. See? So, breathing in is a passive process. It is not an active process. So, withdraw. So, apana is giving up. So, apanam girati prana. So, we withdraw from activities, come back to ourselves. We withdraw from indulgence, come back to ourselves. And then from the sense organs, we come back to the mind. Pranam girati chandrama. Chandrama is mind. We come back to the mind. Then adityo girate chandrama. Then this mind is withdrawn in aditya, the surya, the eye. Eye comes. And this eye, if he is not allowed to become somebody, this eye will merge with the total. Meaning what? Objects are seen, they are experienced, their experience is good or bad, but a good or bad person is not born. Meaning, joy and sorrows will be experienced, but a joyful and sorrowful personality will not be born. This is what we say, experience without experience. See, Adityam Girate Chadram, then Adityam Girate Paraha, and this I is now dissolved in the ultimate Paraha, the Paramatma. Yogina tam prapashyanti bhagavantam sanatanam. Now the yogi, the physical yogis, or the yoga marga or the kundalini marga, they do it the wrong way. They go on pulling themselves inside and become abnormal. Don't do that. Through understanding only. And understanding is this. Whatever we have given importance to, that becomes the source of disturbance for us. So if we have given importance, we have to devalue. Nobody can do it for us. But then our trouble is, because of that I get disturbed. Therefore, go away, go away. No, let the whole world be there. You refuse to be disturbed. That is real spiritual practice. See? But what happens? We are obsessed. There should be only silence. And then sit in a particular posture. Close your eyes and do meditation and suffer silently. Because you are doing it in silence. You cannot suffer violently. Silently. And then somebody comes, who has come? Don't you understand? We are doing meditation. Don't disturb. Okay. Arey yaar, cartoon. These are the cartoons. And when you do all these abnormalities, funny things start happening. See, there was one Babaji, and it is easier to find a foolish crowd than to find out one wise person. So, the vision of God, Atma Darshan, instantaneously, big queue. So, buy the coconut from their own stall, not from anybody. And then this dakshina, these flowers, etc., come, give it to Mahatma. Mahatma will touch it and you will see the God. Sit down and volunteers, everybody is there perfectly. Now you are going to see Atma, okay? Be attentive. Then that Mahatma will put his two fingers and press the inner canthus. Canthus with the end of the eye. Inner canthus. Press. When you press it, you see some kind of, lighting. Did you see something? Yes. That is Atma. Go next. And then those coconuts, they are recycled with their own shop. And fools are available 12 to a dozen. Wise people are not available 12 to a dozen. Because you have experienced something but you don't understand. Simple thing. Anything which begins and ends is a flicker of mind. Waking begins and waking ends. That is not real. Dream begins, dream ends. That is not real. Sleep begins, sleep ends. That is not real. You have neither begun nor you end. That is real. See, friends? Therefore, this process of meditation is simple. Live in this world very much comfortably, but don't get influenced by the world. How not to get influenced by the world? Our Maha Mantra. See, hear, no comments, relax. Second thing, na kuch pana, na kuch khona. Spiritual attainment is not a gain because there is no loss. When we pull the walls, is there any gain for the hall space? Oh, now I am feeling I am open. No. Because from the spacious point of view, the hall is in the space, space is not in the hall. In the same manner, from the divinity point of view, the body is in me, I am not in the body. See? We have to learn. External air, internal air. If we cut it by a kumbhak, body dies. There, what is the conclusion? Air is not in the body, body is in the air. External object and the knowledge of that object inside. See? Therefore, the object is not in the mind, the object is in the mind is not in the object. If the object is not there, doesn't matter. If it is there, doesn't matter. Slowly and steadily, we will discover that nothing has ever happened. There is neither samsara nor realization. Na nirodho na cha utpatti, na baddho na cha sadhaka, na muktaha na mumukshurvai ittesha paramarthata. This is the ultimate truth. Ittesha paramarthata. Nobody is bound, nobody is liberated. Nothing is created, nothing is destroyed. Nobody is seeking, nothing is sought. We are far away from the center. Worldly objects come closer, sense organs. Come closer, mind. Come closer, intellect. Come closer, how? Drop the intellect. How to drop intellect? Don't ask questions. But unless you ask questions, how will you realize what you have to realize? God realization. Or funny things. When you are in the dream where the waking body has gone, when you are sleeping where the gross and subtle body has gone, when we are awake is the gross body added to us, when we dream is the gross body lost, nothing has happened. This is incessantly going on and on and on. Therefore, apanam girati pranaha, the extrovertedness, apana is giving up. So withdraw, then pranam girati chandrama, then the sense organs are withdrawn in the mind, then adityo girati chandrama, then the mind is withdrawn in the intellect through viveka, wisdom, understanding, and through viveka, understanding, merge the intellect into the divine. Girate paraha. Yoginaha tam prapashyanti bhagavantam parampara. Now this whole thing we tell you in simple words. Experience without experiencer. Knowledge without the knower. Can you define this experience? And therefore, wise people keep cool. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. We are very much awake. Vehicles, noise is there, fan, heat, people around, everything is there. But our being is uncontaminated. Being without becoming is the truth. We don't have to know divine nature. We are divine. Recognize. Pratyavidnyayate. Pratyavidnya is recognition. What can be recognized? Whatever was known earlier. Like, I don't remember anybody's name or anything. That is my manufacturer defect. Earlier I used to feel very bad about it. But now I say, why should I feel bad? They are manufacturer defect. Why carry the burden? Many times when I go to the people's house, I was in our Dubai, the person who came to receive me, when we are reaching home, then I ask him, I say, hey, please don't tell your wife. What is her name, yaar? I have been staying in their house for the 6 years. Swamiji, her name is Jyoti, very good. Then when I say, Jyoti Mama, how are you? Swamiji, you remember my name? I said, of course. See, friends, you don't have to be proud if we remember something. Don't have to feel guilty if you forget something. No problem. It is none of your business. It's all happening in the mind. See, this was troubling me initially when I was talking and wanted quoting some reference, and I was, where from this is? Whether it's Gita or Upanishad or what? I should become so disturbed. Then after going, unless that is sorted out 1 hour, 2 hours, I will not be at peace. And after that, finally found it. That day I discovered this. Whether you remember or don't, how does it matter? क्या फर्क पड़ता है? Do we have to prove anything to anybody in this world? Are you at peace with yourself? That's all. That is the real spiritual practice. So, yoginaha tam prapashanti bhagvantam sanatanam. So, what is the real spiritual practice according to the path of knowledge? Withdraw. Withdraw doesn't mean become depressed and rejected. What? I don't know, yaar, since I am realized I am like this. No. Realization is not a depression. There is a difference between depression and dispassion. Depression is the unhealthy condition of the mind. Dispassion is the healthiest condition of the mind. Healthy doesn't mean fat. See? Yoginaha tam prapashanti bhagvantam sanatanam. Further, ekam padam nokshipati salilat hamsa uchcharan tam chet satat ukshipet na mrityul namrutam bhavet yoginaha tam prapashanti bhagvantam sanatanam. Hamsa hanti avidya tat karyam ki iti hamsa. Hamsa means Paramatma. He who means killing, hanti, destruction. The one who destroys the ignorance and the effects of the ignorance is Paramatma. What is that? I don't know. Then we go to the scriptures and study. I know. So the scriptures become the Hamsa. But it is only objective knowledge. Now let it be your experience. Waking comes, goes. Dream comes, goes. Deep sleep comes and goes. Samadhi comes and ends. I am the same. This is Hamsa. Be attentive. Are we proud of our good dream? Are we frustrated because of a bad dream? No, dream is a dream. But there are people, they are very much influenced by the dream. Now when you had a very bad dream, no, what will happen? It will happen, why you worry? No, they say that when the bad dream is there. The same thing in the waking. We are going somewhere, the cat crossed. Swamiji, what will happen? I said, yes, that is my question. What will happen to the cat? Leading in its funny emotional weakness is not spiritual life. Nothing has ever happened to us. Nothing will ever happen to us. There is nothing like good dream or bad dream. Dream is a dream. Similarly, nothing like successful life or failure life. No. Just be. Na kuch pana, na kuch khona. Nothing to gain, nothing to lose. Because there is nobody left. So, Hamsa, this wise, this Paramatma Hamsa is flying above. The birds fly. Above what? Above the relativity. Although eliminating the relative world, yet is above that. Therefore, Ekam Pada Nokshipati Salilat Hamsa Charan. And therefore, he is not touching the waters of the samsara and is still moving above. Sometimes we can see on the sea or on the big lakes, there are birds, they fly so almost touching the waters, but they don't touch it. Exactly the same way. Paramatma supports everything as if he is in everything, but is beyond everything. See? Like we see with our eyes all colors and form as if they are touching our vision, but they are not. Slowly and steadily, when we will learn this principle, seeing is happening but seer is not born. Hearing is happening but hearer is not born. Second, we have understood. The first, we are not able to understand. Hearing is happening, satsang. Nothing is heard. Huh? That is realization. See? So, tam chet satatam ukshipe na mrityur namritam bhavet. And therefore, this Paramatma that we are is neither born nor dies. See? We are in Sanat Sujatiya. How it started? Started with the inquiry of death. And it was told, death is a big bluff. So here, those who are abiding in this truth, they are neither afraid of death nor they want to become immortal. You can become immortal if you are mortal. If this happened somewhere, became so angry, and Swamiji, talak, talak, talak. I said, hey Maharani, when did we get married that you give me talak? Oh, it is necessary to get married to give talak? Yes. Similarly, I am liberated. Find out, are you bound? Liberation is required if you are bound. See? And is that bondage real? Please recognize this. Many times we have got this notion. Some people who are extremely diabetic, they like sweets. And then a very bad condition comes and the doctor tells, if you take any sweet, we'll chop up your throat. Oh, no, 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 no. Then stop taking sweets. See? In the same manner, if you feel that you are going to die, you will definitely die. Neither you died nor are you born. Recognize this divine principle and you will be happier than happiest. Yogina tam prapashanti bhagavantam punah punaha sanatanam. Therefore, we are neither born nor die. No kshipet, na mrityur, na amrutam bhavet. There is neither birth nor death. Those who are living in this knowledge are liberated while alive. It is not posthumous. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om